Hi, welcome to our total body reset today, everyone. It is so hot outside, so we are going to do some movements to open the hips. We're going to work on some breathing, but I don't want us to get overheated today. If anything, I'd like us to focus on a little bit more kidney stimulation so that the body is adequately hydrating us. So let's get started by bringing the feet out just to the width of your hips or pelvis. And as you inhale, circle your right arm up, reaching straight up with your right arm. Let's look up at the hand so that we're able to start working some mobility into the neck. I know some of us have probably had to sit and just stare at a screen today. So maybe just shift up, even just for a moment, we can work on strengthening the neck. Breathe into the upper right lung and reach at the top of the breath. When your lungs open, it's going to help drain out the toxins from the lymphatic system there. When you're ready, slowly come to center, reach straight up, sweep that arm back. Let's do that on the other side. Inhaling, taking the left arm back, reach it all the way up, looking up. Now, as we're looking up, take a moment. You could always close your eyes. Notice if your body is revealing any pain or any sensations of discomfort. We are working against gravity. So we're strengthening the neck, and that can be kind of a temperamental place to work on strengthening in the body. One more big breath into your upper left lung. Come to center. When you're ready, sweep it back. Let's try both hands up overhead. Big inhale, sweep it back, bring it up. Imagine you're holding on to a 10-pound bowling ball. So we're creating a sensation of reaching, and at the same time, there's a press down into the rotator cuff. We're working on stabilizing those shoulders right now. Shift it forward and back a few times. You could always lower your head, look down towards the floor, perhaps ease a little bit of tension in the back of your neck. Now try closing the eyes with the arms overhead. As soon as we close our eyes, we might notice that our body feels a little bit wobbly. Maybe even we feel a little off balance. I just want to reassure you that means you're human. You are normal. You are normal. From here, open your eyes. Let's look up towards the sky. Big breath in. Reach and reach up out of your armpits. This is reach like you're holding on to a hot air balloon. So there's absolutely no weight or tension pushing on your shoulders or ribs. One more big inhale into your upper chest and reach at the top of the breath. Exhale, take your arms out like a T and press the hands down. Holding at shoulder height, we're bending our knees, flipping the tailbone back, and coming down at the most halfway. So you can always come up a little more, especially if your back has been telling you that it's a little tender or achy. From here, start reaching back, imagining that somebody's pulling back on your hands so the shoulders are pressing away from your ears. We're strengthening the muscles along the side of the body, the obliques. From here, let's place our hands down on the thighs, keeping a healthy bend in the knees. You can even rotate the fingers in just a little bit. Let's work on some mobility in the upper spine. Straightening the arms, we're beginning to prop up the thoracic spine. This is the part of the spine that you'll see with many people. As we age, it becomes kyphotic. We get a big hump in the upper back. That's what we're trying to correct right now. Lift your chin, open the throat, take in a big breath. Try shifting your eyes either to the ceiling or to where the wall meets the ceiling. This is crucial if you have had to drive a lot or stare for a long period of time at a computer screen. From here, bend the elbows, start to straighten the legs, and now relax your belly towards the legs. Hands stay on the thighs to support the spine. Let your body hang nice and loose. Shake the head yes. Turn the head left and right. Maybe walk the hands past the knees to the shin, or let those arms dangle closer towards the floor. Letting go of any excessive reach. We don't have to touch our toes. If anything, we want this to be like a rag doll so that we can get some traction in the spine. Take a big breath into your nose. Exhale. Really exaggerated exhale. Big inhale. Big exhale. The more exaggerated the exhale, the greater potential to relax your back. Inhale.
Big exhale. To safely come up, please bend the knees. Let's bring our hands up on top of the thighs. Avoid any pressure on the kneecaps. Push into the legs and then bring the body up to standing. That's what I like to hear. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Let's take the feet out wider than the hips. And we're going to start with a pretty conservative side hip stretch. That way there's a lot of room for us to experiment, and hopefully our body doesn't seize up if we do too much too fast. So from here, take your left toe and turn it out to the side. Let's bend the right knee. Swan dive down, hands to the thighs again, pushing your hips back behind you. That little pop, that's my hip. That's what that was. Okay. From here, slowly bend the left knee and straighten the right leg. Once we do this, we can press the hips forward and tuck the tailbone under. Just a little bit different form of like hip mobility we're working with. Left hand can stay on the left thigh, or you are more than welcome to experiment with bending the elbow. I recommend trying it on an exhale. Inhale, little lift, and now exhale, relax. Now we don't want to force it too much too quick because there could be food stuck in the intestinal tract. The liver can be slightly inflamed, and all of that can contribute to lack of mobility sometimes. From here, let's take that top arm up, right arm up. So keeping the feet rooted, grounded, we're taking that top arm down, turn the palm in past the hip. Let your right shoulder fold in and stop as you're reaching for the inside of your left foot. This is a really big stretch. It works what is called a spiral line of fascia. I know, fascia, fascia, fascia. I like Marsha. But fascia is the word of the decade. It is a connecting tissue. A lot of us think we have really tight muscles, or we think we have bad joints, but a lot of times it's fascia. So you're reaching towards the inside of that big toe, and you're still pushing your tailbone back towards your right heel. And you're just going to hold it there. Taking a big breath in place. Exhale, relax. Good. Now reach that right arm out in front of you and circle it and slowly open. You're going to start to feel that rotation in that connecting tissue. From here, slowly take the back of your right hand into your low back. Roll that right shoulder back. Press the left shoulder forward and maybe look up over that right shoulder. So we're working on strengthening the neck. Now remember, at any time, if you lose your smile, if your facial expression looks like you're constipated, that means your body doesn't like it. So you can always look down at the floor instead. Everybody knows what the constipated look is, okay? From here, slowly push off that leg. You're going to come up real slow because this is going to engage your side oblique. Extend the arms out. Turn the left palm up. We're just full of sound. I heard my pop. What is going on? Let's take the right hand down. Reach up with the left hand. So tight. Right. It sounds like the phonics in here. Rotate your left hand. Imagine that you are taking out a light bulb. So you want to move real slow with this. This does connect. It is called the fascial line. It's the arm line of fascia connecting to your rotator cuff and by your ribs. Look up at the left hand now. Big breath in. Keep bending that left knee. That way you really isolate that stretch over your intestinal tract, improving digestion. One more big breath. Exhale, relax. When you're ready, turn the left foot in and the right to arms. Check in with your knees, eventually holding with that left knee bent, right leg straight. Push the hips back, swan diving down, pressing the tailbone back towards your left heel. From here, remember, you can stay right where you are. You don't have to go any deeper. If you're curious to experiment with the stretch a little more, you could always drop the chest a little more forward. As you do, push into the inside blade of your right foot and then press down. Press back into your left heel. There really is a linear approach to this so that you're able to have the correct muscle supporting you in opposition to the stretch. To safely come out of this, we're bending the right knee as we straighten the left leg. And when we do that, we can press the hips forward and move into a side angle stretch. Taking our top arm up, taking a nice big breath. Exhale, maybe take it onto the elbow, nice and slow. It can feel very different on this side. The liver takes up a lot more space usually than your intestine, so you don't have to dip it low. From here, we're turning that thumb in, as if you're gonna high five to someone on the back wall. Slowly take that hand down and then pause to reach for the inside of your right foot. You might notice that it feels very different from left to right, just like other poses that are asymmetrical. Try not to think about having a better side of your body or a good side or a bad side. We are not balanced creatures by nature. We have different organs on different sides, different sized bones. Keep reaching. As you inhale, imagine you're breathing into the back of your body or under your shoulder blade. So on the inhale, you might feel a little lift behind your heart, and then exhale, reach. Press into the outside blade of that left foot. Big breath in, push into the inner blade of the right foot. Now reach the hand out, shaking hands just beyond that right foot, and open it up again. Let's take the knuckles into the low back. From here, drawing that left shoulder back, pressing the right shoulder forward. Looking over the left shoulder, working on strengthening the neck. If it hurts, don't do it, right? We do not subscribe to that old adage of no pain, no gain. It's just no pain, no pain. Move towards comfort. It can feel like a stretch, but if it starts to hurt, that's when your body says damage might be being done. When you're ready, gently push off of that right leg, extend both arms out. Pressing down through the palms of the hands, we're turning our right palm up, reaching down with the left hand, reaching straight up with that right hand. We rotate the hand, you're screwing in a light bowl, bending the right knee, inhale into that upper right lung, and open up the side rib. If you're real tight right there, you might want to start sleeping a little bit on your left side instead of your right side, or maybe just rest on your left side a little more. That way your liver can open up a little bit more. And that's essential to flushing toxins out of the body. We want that liver to function well. Big inhale, reach. And now exhale, relax the hand down. Let's turn both toes forward. From here, soften through the knees, take the arms up and pull the elbows in. Inhale, reaching the arms straight up overhead. Exhale, pull those elbows in and twist just at the waist towards the left. Try not to twist the hip. So as you twist towards the left, push your right hip back or try to press your left hip forward with it. Inhale, take it straight up overhead, big breath in. Exhale, twisting towards the right, and this time you're pressing your right hip forward, left hip back. So we're going to try to churn the belly a little bit. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, isolate the rib cage and the waist. As you twist towards the left, push the left hip forward and pull those elbows in tight by your armpits. Inhale, bring it up to center. That's hard. It is hard. Exhale, pull it in tight. So one of the things that you can imagine when you do this to really isolate the rib cage, it's not necessarily the happiest thing to imagine, but think about like those old silent films where they would tie people to railroad tracks. Yeah, there you go. Imagine that you're tied to a railroad track and you cannot move your body, and you're just going to twist
towards the left and then push your left hip forward. So the hips are anchored down, the waist is able to swivel. One more time, inhale, bring it up to center. You could get a little warm with this one. Exhale, especially if you really dig into those nerves in the belly. Twist, 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 twist. So this twist, pulling the elbows in, is going to hopefully help us to truly get a twist at the waist, not a false sense of flexibility by moving your shoulders. When you're ready, bring it up to center, big breath in. Hold it up at center, exhale, inhale, next breath, sweep it all the way back. Really big. Lace the fingers together if it feels like a comfortable reach. Otherwise, hands can go by your back or your hip. From here, we're pressing the hips back and lowering down maybe just a third of the way. So you are more than welcome to experiment with this. It is good to have a curious spirit in different exercises to see where the body might want to go. To experiment, you can turn the toes in as long as the legs stay straight. If the knees start to buckle while your chest comes down, that could mean there's tightness in the back or hamstrings, and it's pulling on your kneecap, begging for mercy if your knees bend. Hold it here, inhale, exhale, option to bring the hands away from your back, maybe press them behind you, lead with the chest. If you know that your back is asking for a little more support today, maybe put the hands on the thighs, and we can always prop up that spine while we're strengthening it. One more breath here. Exhale, relax. Let's all lower the hands down to the thighs, walk the hands towards the shins, reaching over with the right hand towards the left thigh or towards the left shin. Open the palm of that right hand so that you're able to press the leg into the hand and the hand into the leg. Reach forward with your left hand, shaking hands with someone in front of you. And now turn the palm down, sweep over to the floor, straight out of your shoulder joint, and try to press your knuckles up towards the ceiling while you're pushing the outside of the right hand into the left leg. Try lifting your right hip a little more. To lift the right hip, we'll have to press into the left foot. There is a lot of brain work in following these very, very unique instructions. One more big inhale, open up. It's like a windmill movement. Exhale, slowly bring it down. From center, hang your head. Let's let the whole body hang like a rag doll. Shake the head, yes, and turn it left and right. We are doing so good. From here, turn the heels in and the toes out, bend the knees, and walk the hands up. All of those little tiny movements are essential to protect the back. And once we come to standing, let's turn the toes in and the heels out again. The alternative to this would be the toes straight forward. But of course, if you know that your body wants a little more openness in that SI joint or pelvis, turn them in. Actually, it's going to open the back parts of the pelvis. It's strengthening the pelvic floor itself when you do this. From here, inhale, arms overhead, big breath in, reach it up, inhale, stay in place on the exhale, circle it around, inhale, lacing the fingers. Take a moment for those of us that lace the fingers. Do you have a dominant spine? Do you lace your fingers the same way every time? You probably do. Try to switch it out. Right hand dominant people usually do left thumb over right. So try to do right thumb over left for the right dominant. Roll the shoulders back. It's just a small change, and I know it feels odd, but it can actually give you some really great health benefits. And if you can make this small change and feel a little uncomfortable in here, you can do that in everyday life and really change your life. From here, big breath into your chest. Exhale, pull that tailbone back, lead with your heart. Pause at any point to just notice what's going on with the spine. Remember, at any time, if your low back starts to speak to you, begging for mercy, put the hand on the thighs or put the hands on the shins to support it. One more big inhale in place.
Exhale, stay with a flat back. Option to press the hands away from the low back, chest expansion with the hands bound behind us. We are working on shoulder extension here. So we're able to actually strengthen the shoulder muscles with this exercise and hopefully improve posture. Act surprised. 1, 2, 3. Notice how that affects all the muscles around the ribs. When you're ready, hands go to the thighs, maybe the shins. Hang loose for a moment, shake the head, yes, turn it left and right. With your hands comfortable on the shins or the thighs, let's straighten the arms, finding a nice long spine. We could be slightly inverted. It's okay if the head is below the heart, but we do want the spine or the back to be flat. Let's reach over with the left hand to the right shin or to the right side of your thigh. Avoid any pressure around the knee. Open the palm of that left hand, pressing the hand against the right thigh and the thigh against the hand. Take the right hand into the low back and begin to twist gently towards the right. As we twist to the right, think of lifting your left hip. To do this, you'll want to push into your right foot and shift the weight to your left foot so that the left hip is balanced or leveled with the other one. Pushing the leg into the arm into the leg, extending that right arm out on the right above the floor, just hover it. And now when you're ready, press the knuckles up, moving into a deeper twist. Looking towards the right, breathe into the upper right lung. Exhale, soften, 2 more. So on the inhale, push with the left hand, lift with the right hand. Exhale, the muscles retract just a little bit. 1 more. Press with the left hand, push up with the right hand. And now slowly relax both hands down and hang like a rag doll. Let's reset. From here, turn the heels in and the toes out. Keep the knees soft. Let's walk the hands to our thighs. Push into the thighs, bring the body up. And roll the shoulders back. Shake it off. All right. Find the breath. Find the breath. Let's take the feet out as wide as our body, as our clothes will permit. We are going to move a little deeper into the hips now. Turning our left toe out and maybe walking that left heel and toe in 1 time. So the alignment for this stretch is significant because of the way that your femur bone comes out from the hip and pelvis. You'll usually get a better stretch. Definitely women may benefit from this alignment much more than heel to heel alignment. From here, straightening both legs, making sure the knees still have a little bit of give in them. Angle the tailbone back towards your right heel, keeping this right hand at the waist. You want to feel an active crunch in that side waist, keeping that crunch. Extend out with the left arm. Imagine you're trying to stretch and open your armpit over your left thigh. And just keep stretching and opening. And smile about it, right? In 106 degrees, it can be hard to smile about your armpit. Reach it out. From here, slowly lower that hand down. Notice where it lands. If it is on the knee, go ahead and make that choice to move it either above or slip it down below the knee. From here, extend that top arm up. Reach up a little more. So imagine that you're not really resting into the leg, but rather you're having to push away from that leg. So really keep the trunk of the body open. Try looking either straight ahead or look up as we hold this really big stretch. From here, turn that right thumb down, sweep it down, and slowly begin to rotate the trunk of the body. So you're reaching again for the inside of that left foot. From here, pull the right hand into the waist like you're starting a lawnmower. Pull it into the waist, open up, and extend the top arm. We're going to do that 2 more times to work on mobility And functional pattern of movement. Turn the thumb in, slowly sweep it past your hips, slowly begin to let that hip rotate. Reach down. This is a big stretch all the way from the left hip to your right shoulder blade. Now pull it into the waist and open it up. Good. Big breath. Inhale. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, pull it up to the waist. Open the whole body. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Right hand to the waist. Bend the left knee and sweep it up. Easy does it. From here, hands to the hips. I'm sorry to those popping noises, and I have to make sure no one's going to pass out or turn the toe in. And let's switch our feet out. So if you can see what I'm talking about, this is really important since we are standing and weight bearing. If we had to sit a lot today, blood is flowing. We really want to work on a good foundation. If you were to drag your right heel back, it would line up in a line or hook up with the arch of your left foot. All right, lengthen out that stride. Extend the arms out. Let's start straightening the right leg. Angle the tailbone back towards that left heel and crunch into the left sideways. Let's take the left hand onto the hip, reaching the right arm out. Relax your jaw. Anytime we're stretching the hips or manipulating, it's called the lumbo-pelvic hip complex, lumbar spine, and pelvis and hips. Anytime we your jaw. If you relax your jaw, there is potential to open that region and alleviate tension. Imagine again, you're stretching your armpit out. You may not have as big of a lot mobility on this side if you're squeezing your liver a lot. From here, let the hand come down. And again, making that choice for the body, either stay above the knee or slip it past the knee to the shin. From here, rolling that left shoulder back. We're extending straight up with that left hand, nice and open. Think of pressing the left rib towards the left hip. So there's that sensation of being lifted and pressing against the floor. Let's add in our mobility. Thumb in. Past the hip. Easy does it to unlock the obliques and those deep intercostal muscles. Reach towards the inside of the right foot. Now pull it into the waist, just like starting a lawnmower, and open it up. Big inhale. Exhale, take it down slow. Hang out there maybe a breath or two. Reach for the inside of the foot. When your body is ready, pull it into the waist, unfolding, opening the trunk of the body and reaching. Big inhale. Exhale, sweep it down, moving it with the breath. Inhale, pull it to the waist. Keep it open for maybe 3 big breaths. Option to look up, working on strengthening the neck, straight ahead, a little more neutral, or down to the floor. That's usually the kindest, working with gravity. 1 more big breath. Exhale, left hand to the waist, right knee bends. We're pushing up, extending the arm, and now hand to the waist. Both toes forward, inch the feet in towards each other and shake it off. All right, we are in our last minute, so let's cool off. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, sweep the arms up, big breath in. Exhale from your throat like you're fogging a mirror. 1 more. You want to try some really weird yoga stuff today with our session? Inhale and make your tongue like a taco when you inhale. And exhale. This is supposed to be a cooling breath. Inhale, taco tongue. Exhale, fogging a mirror. The other option is just to roll your tongue back like this. Let's try 1 more. Inhale.
And exhale. You are all done. Total body reset. All done. Thank you, everybody. Drink lots of water.
Yes,